Well, Temperate Zone will now be a two-time winner, the son of Ideal World. Well done to Wilgebestrift and Maritsfontein, the breeders. And of course, the owners, Mr. G. Green, Mrs. M. Green, Finger, Paul Lafferty, Sean Mohanlal, and Christopher Mudley. And the gentleman that takes care of him is Fundiswa. You've done an excellent job, Fundiswa. Well done to you. 1,000 Rand Hollywood Bets and Gold Circle. It's Paul Lafferty and Muzi Yerni teaming up. And first we'll chat to jockey Muzi Yerni. It's a double for Muzi, races 3 and 4. And in the previous race, Muzi, you got a nice lead into the straight. You overcame the draw from 12. But this time, you took full advantage of being drawn in a nice position. You just left him where he was comfortable.
Yes, I don't know if you noticed, he went down very keen down to the start.
Yes.
And I rode him over 2-4. He was quite settled, so I didn't know where that came from. Obviously, at the gelding, matured, he's been given a bit of the time. And nice progressive horse, and the way he got the job done today, and he also goes over 2-4, 2-6, so he got the job done quite well. Obviously, the gelding seems like it's got the necessary improvements, but it was straightforward, like you said, from the draw. I just had to follow, keep an eye on Smangla. I thought he had it easy, sitting up second. I know Mr. Bottas also surely they have to turn now, so I had to keep a close eye on him. A little bit concerned at the 400 with it tightened up a little bit slightly for him, but the horse was full of running and got the job done well.
You always need the horse, and Paul Lafferty, he seemed to pass on this confidence. He does a podcast, and he passed this confidence on to whoever listens to it. So you needed the horse, and the horse was ready today.
Yes, so well prepared. I got to say, we've been plagued with seconds. He's been pulling his hair out, and it has to turn sometimes. We all put in the hard work, him and his team, Brucey, and I also fly here all the time. So the luck had to turn, and thank God it has.
Well, it's turning out to be a lovely weekend, isn't it?
Thank you very much. I want to thank Mr. Green for coming out. He's very staunch to the yard. And Mr. Pot, his partner, Sean. I don't want to leave anyone out. A big thank you. And to my sponsor, Stone Stamco, thank you.
Well played. Double for Muzi Yerni. Paul Lafferty, as I mentioned, did pass this confidence on. That podcast, firstly, thanks to all stables that pass out information, but to your yard, you do it timelessly and you give comments on all your runners. So whoever listens to it, and we try and pass it on. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I try to be honest and objective because it's very hard to be accurate,
Correct.
So you try and tell. And the other day I saw in the winning form, no comment. I never say no comment, so I was upset. No one phoned me. I always give my information on my horses, and invariably I get it wrong, but when I get it right, it helps.
Well, you got this one spot on. You went in quietly confident.
Yes, I did, because he had won his maiden, I think, by about 6 over 2-4, and he beat Rockfall, who's won 5, by about 9. So he's but he did his tendon.
Yes.
So I told Gary and Sean and all the partners, let's give him the time. He really is a horse that has a lot of ability, and he's still short of his best, but you see the stamina kicking at the end. He did 2 miles, and he was two and a half lengths off. And I said to Gary this morning when I spoke to him, as I said on the podcast, he's the horse to beat.
Well, I told you after last night, I'll check your temperature after this race. It seems to have cooled down.
Well, I've got over the Fulham Spurs game. It took me 3 hours of tossing and turning to get to sleep. But
More turning.
I think Mark de Kock's training Fulham. So they thumped us.
Yeah, they thumped us. But this horse, spot on to you, because Muzi mentioned you need the horse, as much as you can pass the confidence on. So your team has done a brilliant job with him.
Yeah, thanks very much, Dees.
Well done.
Thank you.
Gary's going to represent the guys, and Gary was, you guys had to be patient, and full marks to all of you with the tendon issue, etc. But it's paid off handsomely.
Yeah, thanks, Dees. Very excited. I was actually very confident coming up here today. I honestly thought we were in with a shout. And then about 10 minutes before the race started, I got a phone call from my good friend Lawrence Werners, and he said to me, "Are you on yet?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" He said, "No, when I start punting, it's going to shorten very quickly." And when Lawrence puts the money on, it always arrives. So Lawrence, thank you, much appreciated. But yeah, to the rest of the partners, well done, guys. And just a special shout out to my friend Matt Canning. Matt's off to the World Surfing Games. We had a good punt on his behalf, and the money's going to help him go to El Salvador. So Matt, this one's for you, brother.
Is he representing South Africa? Is he doing it on his own?
Oh, no, he's representing the South African team, but they've got to raise their own funds, Dees. So this little pony helped out a little bit. So, yeah, all good.
How's the waves in that part of the world? I mean, you're giving a nice shout-out to him. I watch the guys from my window on a daily basis. So I love the sport.
No, there's good waves there, and it's the World Junior, so Matt's surfing in the under-14. So, yeah, this will help him on his way. But thanks to Lef and to Muzi, a fantastic ride. He was incredibly patient. Lef said to him, listen, you're going to have to wait. And there was a time where I thought he had left a little late, but a very patient ride and very happy. Thanks, Dees.
And I'm told that Lawrence Werners is a kind man, so he's going to carve the turkey as well.
Let's hope so. Thanks, Dees.
Well done, Gary.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Well done to all the partners here. And Paul Lafferty has done an outstanding job. Race number 4, number 2, Temperate Zone.
Thanks, Dees.